The wind howls across an open plain. A rider appears in the distance, his shadow stretching long under the dying sun. He isn't here to blend in. He's here to bring order to a land that doesn't want it. And now, the Sheridan universe has found its newest lawman, played by an actor who knows exactly how to walk the line between justice and survival. Logan Marshall-Green is stepping into the boots of Yellowstone's newest marshal, and nothing in this story will be simple. In the world Taylor Sheridan has built, law is never just black and white. It's a shade of dusty brown, mixed with sweat, blood, and the weight of decisions that change everything, from the wild frontiers of 1883, to the ranch wars in Yellowstone, to the gritty justice of Lawmen, base Reeves. There's one thing all his stories share: the land is beautiful, but it's unforgiving. And the people who try to keep it in line often end up as scarred as the land itself. That's why the news of a new series called Marshals feels different. It's not just another spin-off. It's a deeper dive into the kind of men and women who carried badges when the badge was worth less than the bullet it might bring. This isn't a story about politics in the state house or family feuds over cattle. This is about the thin, dangerous line between order and chaos in a place where the law rides alone. And sometimes, dies alone. And stepping into this dust-choked, high-stakes world is Logan Marshall-Green. For years, he's played characters who are hard to read, men who carry secrets in their eyes, who can be tender one moment and ruthless the next. Whether it's in the tense, dinner party thriller, The Invitation, the sci-fi gut punch upgrade, or his haunting role in Prometheus, Logan's characters always keep the audience leaning forward, trying to guess what he'll do next. That unpredictability, it's exactly what a Sheridan lawman needs. Because in this world, a marshal isn't just a hero on a horse. He's a survivor. He's a hunter. Sometimes, he's even a man you're not sure you can trust. The West doesn't give you the luxury of staying pure. It forces you to make choices where the right answer still costs you everything. And when Logan Marshall-Green rides into this story, you can bet his character will be more than just another good guy with a gun. He'll be someone who feels every inch of the weight that badge carries. Logan Marshall-Green isn't the kind of actor you notice because of flashy headlines or overexposed publicity tours. He's the kind you notice because his characters stay with you long after the credits roll. He works in the shadows, but when he steps into the light, he does it with a kind of presence that doesn't need to shout. In the world, Taylor Sheridan creates where every glance, every pause, every silence matters. That's a rare and dangerous skill. Think about his role in The Invitation. He played Will, a man invited to a dinner party that slowly turns into a nightmare. From the very first frame, you weren't sure if you could trust him. He moved like a man haunted, his words soft but heavy with meaning. Every flicker of his eyes made you wonder, was he about to break down, or break bad? That tightrope of uncertainty is exactly what makes a Sheridan lawman compelling. Then came Upgrade, where Logan played Gray Trace, a man broken by tragedy, rebuilt with technology, and thrown into a brutal quest for revenge. It wasn't just the fight scenes that stood out. It was the way Logan layered the role with grief, anger, and the kind of desperation that makes a man willing to cross any line. In a Sheridan story, that edge, that willingness to push past the rules for a cause, isn't just useful, it's essential. Even in Prometheus, where he played Charlie Holloway, a scientist chasing answers to humanity's biggest questions, Logan brought a stubbornness and conviction that felt as real as it was dangerous. Swap out the spaceship for a dusty trail, and you have the same kind of stubborn drive that a marshal would need to survive the Sheridan West. The Sheridan universe has always been about worlds colliding. In 1883, it was the clash between hope and hardship. In 1923, it was old values versus a modernizing world. In Lawmen base Reeves, it was about the fight for justice in a time and place where justice was a fragile thing. And now, with Marshals, Sheridan is pointing his lens at another corner of that sprawling frontier, the men who carried the badge when the badge meant you were both the hunter and the hunted. The U.S. Marshals of that era weren't bound by an office or a desk. Their jurisdiction stretched across wild territories, mountain passes, and lawless towns where the nearest backup was days, sometimes weeks away. They didn't just enforce the law. They embodied it, and when they rode into a place, everyone noticed because a marshal's arrival almost always meant trouble was already brewing. Picture it, rolling plains that seem endless. broken only by weather-beaten towns clinging to life at the edge of civilization, saloon doors swinging open to reveal men who measure you with their eyes before you take 2 steps. The distant echo of gunshots that might be practice, or might be trouble. A marshal in this setting isn't a hero in shining boots. He's a man who's been walking through danger long enough to know it's never really behind him. And that's where Logan Marshall-Green steps in. His character, though still under wraps, will likely be the beating heart of the series. Maybe he's a man new to the badge, learning fast that it's less about upholding the law and more about surviving the people who want to break it. Or maybe he's a seasoned marshal with years of scars, still chasing a kind of justice he isn't even sure exists anymore. Either way, Sheridan will give him a past, one that follows him like a shadow, no matter how far he rides. Every casting choice in the Sheridan universe is a chess move. When Cole Hauser became Rip Wheeler, no one knew he would become one of television's most compelling When Tim McGraw and Faith Hill stepped into 1883, they didn't just play a married couple, they built the emotional foundation for the entire Dutton legacy. And when David Oyelowo brought Bass Reeves to life, Sheridan didn't just make a Western, he gave history a heartbeat. Now, with Logan Marshall-Green joining Marshals, the board shifts again. This isn't just about one new show, it's about how Marshals could widen the scope of the Sheridan universe. The U.S. Marshal Service was one of the few forces with the authority to cross county and territorial lines. That means Logan's character could find himself moving through places we've already visited, or places we've only heard about in passing. Imagine him riding into a settlement mentioned in 1883. Or crossing paths with a family name we've heard whispered in Yellowstone. Sheridan is careful with his connections, but when he lays one down, it always pays off later. When Marshals premieres, it won't just be another addition to the Sheridan library, it will be a test of how far his universe can stretch. Will it connect directly to the Dutton saga? Will it lay the groundwork for entirely new stories? Or will it simply stand as a self-contained tale of grit, law, and survival in the old frontier? The beauty of Sheridan's work is that any of those answers could be true, and all of them could change with a single episode. So as we wait for the first glimpse of Logan Marshall-Green in the role, one thing is certain. In Sheridan's world, lawmen don't just keep the peace, they disturb it, they bend it, and, sometimes, they break it entirely. And when they do, the West remembers their names.